world.
Join the Black-owned Business Excellence for our annual symposium on Wednesday, February 1st, 2023 at the University of Washington, Tacoma, and online. With an amazing lineup of speakers, the symposium provides tools and resources to empower entrepreneurs and business owners with a focus on legacy building. The cost is $15 for in-person and free for the virtual symposium. So join us on Wednesday, February 1st at the Black-owned Business Excellence Symposium.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. I'm Granville Emerson along with my partner,
Ronald Pepe King.
And we host the show Little Line Sports right here on Rainier Avenue Radio World, where we talk about football, basketball,
local sports,
national sports, Seahawks,
UW,
Seattle U Redhawks,
Garfield Bulldogs,
all that and more right here on Little Line Sports on Rainier Avenue Radio World.
Hey, this is Paul Pearson. I've hosted the R&B show Star Time since the very beginning of Rainier Avenue Radio, and after years of featuring tracks from the 50s through the 80s, Star Time now plays R&B and hip-hop from the 1990s as well. A whole half-century of soul, funk, hip-hop, and more on Star Time, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Black generational wealth. For a long time, that's been a dream that needs to see reality. For hundreds of years, Black people have been in the United States and have suffered for it. We built this country, but have not yet really seen the dream come alive and what that means for Black people and people of color. This is going to take some time and some work and a lot of sacrifice. So people of color have always done that. And so it won't be any different. We don't need to do it alone, and you don't need to do it alone, because this is a community work project. It's going to take some rigor. It'll take a change in mindset for individuals and the community and the nation at large. This won't be simple, but that's okay. Nothing that's good or worthwhile is ever really simple.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio World.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio World, and on Twitter at Rainier Ave Radio.
Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove, the tree says groove.
Does Seniors Matter? I'm Brenda Charles Edwards, the host of Seniors Matter. We're here live every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on www.rainieravenueradio.world, your community radio station. You can also listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, Twitter, and of course on the Rainier Avenue Radio app. We feature interviews with people that provide services or have valuable information for seniors, their families, and the community. Do you need financial documents notarized? Are you a senior that needs documents read to you for clarity or completion? Please call me, Brenda, at Black Orchid Notary, 206-683-2636. Tell me where, I'll meet you there. I have some exciting guests today. They are Lisa Chin, Food Equity Fund Supervisor, and Alen Ruth, Food Equity Fund Project Manager. I don't know how many of you know about Food Equity Fund, but you're going to learn about it today because it's a very important organization, program, whatever you want it to be, it is it. Welcome to the show, ladies. How are you?
We're well. Good to see you. Long time no see.
I know, Alen. I tell you, our Seattle is so small. Especially because I thought you had retired.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to get there.
Hi, Lisa. How
Hi,
are you?
Brenda. It's so good to be here with you.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on. So let's get started because we have a short amount of time and it goes by quickly. Lisa, tell us a little bit about the Food Equity Fund.
Yeah. Well, first, I just want to say thank you so much, Brenda, for having us. I feel really grateful. I just deeply believe in the power of community storytelling and community radio. So it's just a joy to just be here with you. I hope that programs like this can exist for everyone in our community. So thank you. At the heart of it, Alin and I are with the Department of Neighborhoods at the City of Seattle. At the heart of it, the Food Equity Fund is a city grant program investing in communities' vision for food. So we fund work led by Black, Indigenous, people of color, immigrants, people with low incomes, youth, and especially seniors. So this means if you want to bring culturally relevant hot meals delivered for seniors, or if you and your neighbors have been growing food in the pandemic, or for you and your community, and maybe you're ready to expand and you need a new greenhouse or a new irrigation system, we want to support that. So our funding comes from the Seattle's sweetened beverage tax. So if you remember in 2017, we started seeing, 10 cents or 50 cents increases in our soda. That's what makes this fund possible. So we really want to make sure your listeners know about this opportunity. And we're just here to hang out with you this afternoon. Is afternoon? Yeah. Lunchtime, afternoon, to just connect and talk about the fund. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm glad to know that that tax is going for a good reason, because I'm like, not that I do sodas anymore, but it's like, Lynn, is it hard to apply for this grant? This fund?
I'm going to tell you, no, it's not, because what we find is people are already doing this work, and we work really hard to make sure the questions are concise and to the point. And all we're really asking you is three things. What do you want to do? How much money do you need? And how are you going to spend it? And what's your roadmap for success? Give us a schedule of those activities. And we do ask for a little more information about who you're working with, who is the impact community, what's your commitment to food equity. But it really is not hard. And as a project manager, I've been in community grants for over 30 years. The Food Equity Fund is new, but we have one-on-one project manager assistance. We'll review your draft application if you turn it in. The current due date is March 15th. If you give us your draft by March 1st, we'll look at it, let you know if anything's missing. We have informational workshops. We'll call you on the phone. We'll text you. We'll email you until you say, leave me alone. I got this.
Give me the money.
but that is what the Department of Neighborhoods is about. All of the departments in the city of Seattle are committed to community, but we are really in the community of the community. That's how John reached me at 10:30 2 nights ago to tell me that this was happening and can we get there? So, but that's how it works. Community is not 8 to 5. Never has been, never will be.
Right. That's
so it's
very
about
true.
Connections. Who do you know? How can I get this? How can we get this done? And so we think of ourselves in the Department of Neighborhoods as the Navy SEALs of the city of Seattle. We just get it done. We get it done.
So what if a person's English is limited? Will that affect them?
Lisa, do you want to take that? Or do you want me? I can answer that question.
Yeah.
We do find that even though the application has to be in English, we find that in any instance, people can understand the rules, the regulations best in the language that they're accustomed to. We have a language bank. We have a bilingual staff. We have a woman who speaks 3 dialects of Chinese. We have a woman who speaks Tagalog. We have a CO program, a community liaison program that covers a variety of languages for the Food Equity Fund. We have a Spanish CL. Help me out, Lisa. What's the other CL that's working with us?
Somali. We have Somali, but I think any language, any language that you feel most comfortable in, we can get an interpreter on the line to walk through the questions. Just explain it in your own language so that you feel like you really understand what our guidelines, what are the rules attached to it, what does this funding mean. We're really committed to making sure that this is an accessible grant program, regardless of English, whether or not English is your first language.
That's great. That's very important because our community has changed so much over the years.
It really has.
It's still changing.
Yes, it is.
So how much are the grants and how much is available for funding?
Yeah, our well, this time what we're looking for, and I'm glad Alin mentioned the deadline, March 15th, 11:59 p.m. That's when they're due. But this round, we're really looking to fund organizations and groups ranging from all the way from $5,000 to $100,000. So really looking for a wide variety of grants and programs. In this round, we have just a little over $2 million to give out to community partners. And then in April, we're going to be launching our capacity building grant. So hopefully you'll invite us back in April. Sure. In April, and those grants will be up to $20,000, and they're really geared towards small grassroots organizations. The grant is also right now that is also open to small grassroots organizations, but we wanted to give special attention to them. So that's happening in April. So in total, we want to, with that range, we get to grant about 20 to 30 organizations this year. And it's a great privilege to be able to work with our community partners to do that.
And all from raising the cost of pop, huh?
Yes, I know. I think
surprisingly, and we found during the pandemic, people kind of do what makes them comfortable.
Right.
People didn't, even though some people went out of the city to buy soda, a lot of people did not.
No.
So as long as we're being taxed and we can give the money back to those impacted communities, we're gonna do that the best way we can.
I think this is great. If you're just tuning in, you're listening live to Seniors Matter with your host, Brenda Charles Edwards, on www.rainieravenueradio.world, your community radio station. We're here every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Do you know what's the best legacy we can give ourselves and our loved ones? Join me on Zoom for a group or individual session on legacy end-of-life planning. You can reach me at 206-683-2636. Now back to my guest, Lisa Chen, Food Equity Fund Supervisor, and Alin Ruth, Food Equity Fund Project Manager. So, Alin, I know you worked on this fund. I'm just curious, how many hours did it take you and your team to put this together?
This is really interesting. I shifted off the Neighborhood Matching Fund to work on this with one other person as project managers, Lisa Omoto. We had a supervisor, actually a manager. Lisa Chen wasn't here yet, Daniel Sims. And we worked on this around the clock. I couldn't tell you the number of hours, but I will tell you this. Once we lifted it, the city council and the mayor's office added 3 staff positions. So, and the city doesn't add staff.
Right,
the city does not add staff. If they can get you to do more with less, they will. So I couldn't even begin to tell you the hours because it wasn't a straight 8 to 5 job, because a lot of it was developing things in your head. So I thought of things on a plane to Arizona. My coworker thought of things on a plane to Hawaii or something. So, but I will tell you, it's the hardest work I've probably ever done with the city. And I started at the city council. And that wasn't easy work, but it's some of the hardest work I've ever done, but it's some of the most important work. And it's what kept me around for 3 years, because I was ready to retire, but I was asked to take this on and I couldn't resist the opportunity to do something impactful, because I'm from Seattle. This is my city, and I'm a bulldog. Yeah. I'm a Garfield bulldog. We just,
Well, this work is so important for the community, and it's going to help so many people. So how large does an organization have to be to apply for funding? I know you talked about grassroots, but is there any definitive size?
No.
Lisa, you're shaking your head no.
No, sorry. A reminder that we're on radio. No, there's no definitive size. You don't have to be, have 10 people on staff or have a budget of $3 million to be part of this. This is for a range of types of organizations and groups. We are looking for groups that are already working in community and have been doing this work, as Alin mentioned, for a long time. And I wanted to also point out that Alin talked about really the importance of the work, but there's just such a deep need. Just last year, we had over $10.5 million in requests, just trying to access this very much needed fund, because food cuts across multiple areas. Food is how we gather. It's how I share food is my love language. It's many people's love languages. It's how we connect and be in community with one another. And when that food is, not always accessible or not always fresh or not always culturally relevant, you're seeing more and more groups making sure that their communities are fed properly and have the resources to do that work. So we're really looking for anyone, any group. So some just very quick things organizations do. Look for a 501c3, a typical IRS determination. If you don't have a 501c3, we encourage you to look for a fiscal sponsor. We're also inviting tribes and tribal organizations to apply, and as well as really focused on groups that are led by Black, Indigenous, people of color, people with a low income, youth, seniors that are doing this work.
Can churches be involved in this?
Go ahead, Norm.
Churches are great resources because the one thing churches have are people who are committed to helping others. They usually have buildings with community meeting spaces. And if it's not Sunday or Wednesday night, the traditional Bible school time, they're available and they're open. And most churches have a nonprofit 501c3 arm, where they can be the fiscal sponsor. So I'll be honest with you. I've been telling the city for the last 10 years that, when they say Black people don't have community council meetings, I say, yes, we do every Sunday at 11. That's how we gather. And, people get their news from church, whether they go or not, the church bulletin. So I think over the years, the city is expanding their vision of what community engagement looks like. So we are hoping that the churches will be a resource, will be a location, will move forward to help do this very impactful work. And it's the same for a lot of groups of color and other groups that, a church is the anchor of the community, and it's certainly a space where things can happen. And you do tend to have people who want to volunteer and who are compassionate and caring. So we're hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I'll pass that information on. So if I were going to apply for this, how long would it take me to, and I know everything is different, but let's say I'm a small business, which I am, but I'm not applying. How long would it take me to complete this project? Lynn?
Okay, well, let me answer two questions. One you didn't ask. Businesses are not eligible to apply, so it's a good thing you're not. But when you say how long, do you mean from the start, from the time you turn in the application until a decision is made? Or do you mean how long do you have to complete it? You have up to 2 years. You have up to 2 years. You can ask for up to $100,000 and you can take up to 2 years to complete the project. And that was very intentional. We wanted people to be able to do some long range planning. We wanted them to spend less time filling out grant applications and more time doing the work. Now, you don't have to take 2 years, but you can.
Okay, that's good to know. And then when it comes time for a decision to be made, who makes it and how long does it usually take them to make that decision? Especially if you have 2 years, like say for one company.
Great question. I'm going to start the answer and I'm going to let Lisa Chin finish it. We have what is called community review. I don't make the decision. City employees don't make the decision. Community leaders and people in the community who are active in this food space will be selected to do that. In fact, we're recruiting for community reviewers right now at the same time the application process is over. And I'm going to let Lisa answer what that process will look like for the people who are reviewers, because I think it's important.
Yeah, I would just add, we take deep care just as much as organizations take a lot of care and a lot of hours to submit and answer these questions thoughtfully. We gather a group of community leaders, like Lynn mentioned, that have expertise in food justice or health disparities, racial equity, to review and read through all the applications that we receive and evaluate them based on a set criteria that's in our guidelines that I can share with you shortly about how to get more information. And they take months to have really thoughtful conversations about who should be selected and who we really want to see maybe next time. So that all happens. That takes a couple of months, and decisions are made by mid-June, and they make a recommendation to the city of who should be funded to in this cycle of grant making, and we're just grateful for the reviewers and their time. And we will be releasing an application very soon about how to become a community reviewer. If you feel like everything that I just listed, that sounds interesting to you, and you are excited about spending time thinking about these things, then we will also have that on our website very shortly.
And we value their time, and we pay them a stipend of $1,500. We realize it's probably not enough for all of their time, but we do value their time. And the Department of Neighborhoods is being very intentional about when we ask community to work with us, to participate with us, to pay them a stipend, so that they're not just doing it for the benefit of the community, but they are bringing their expertise and talent to the project.
Great.
And we want to honor that.
Oh, yeah, that's very, yes, very nice. I wish I had some time.
I know. If we only all had 36 hours in a day instead.
Yes, absolutely. Just to update you, you're listening live to Seniors Matter with your host, Brenda Charles Edwards, on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station. You can listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, and of course, our Rainier Avenue Radio app. Seniors Matters invites a variety of guests to discuss issues and activities that may impact the lives of older adults, their families, and the community. And I just want to say that next month, which is just around the corner, is Black History Month. And Columbia City Theater, which is Rainier Avenue Radio's home, is having a huge project going on. We are having a museum, and we're going to have all sorts of things that I can't go into all of it, but you go to our website, www.rainieravenueradio.world, and you can see it all. But the Black History Month Museum is Tuesdays through Sundays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You got to be there or be square. All right, now back to my wonderful guests, Lisa and, oops, what did I just do? And Alyn Ruth. So there was, I know. How does one get more information about this project?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So as we mentioned, we're part of the city. So the best way is to Google Food Equity Fund, City of Seattle. And the very first website will be our website. We're under the Department of Neighborhoods. And on there, there's all of our application, the guidelines, any kind of type of information you would need for the grant, it's on there. But you can also, there's two ways. You can email us at foodequityfund@seattle.gov or call us actually at 206-727-3663. That's 206-727-3663 if you want any more information or if you have a question about this. But we'll be sure to send our website, Brenda, if there's a chat that we can send it to or something that is accessible, that's sort of, our website is our best kind of source of information.
Okay.
And I have to put in this plug.
Okay. Go
for
for
me
it.
and my coworker, Lisa Omoto. It took us a while to get the number 206-727-FOOD. You have no idea how hard it was to get that number. So I'm sorry, I had to say it.
I love it. Say it one more time, Alyn.
Yeah, say it one more time, slower.
It's 206-727-FOOD. That 3663 spells food. It took us a long time yet, going to the phone company, seeing if the number was used, all of that. We tried 727 beat, 727, a whole bunch of different food related things. So I just had to let you know.
I love it. Thank you so much. Now, you guys, you have a couple of events coming up, and one of them is on February 2nd. It's called Food Equity Fund Info Session. Can you, Lisa, just give me an overview of what's going to be in that?
Yeah, that is an hour from 10 to 11. This will be a virtual meeting where we'll have like a 25 to 30-minute presentation about the entire application process. We'll go into deeper detail about eligibility and what expenses are allowed, what expenses aren't allowed, kind of examples of proposals that we're really looking for, and then all the ways that we can support you. And then we'll also be able to answer any questions that come up. So it's a great resource to come. We have 3 info sessions. All of that information is on our website about how to get access to our informational sessions. That is happening until the deadline, March 15th. And then we also have office hours. I don't know, Lynn, if you happen to have them. I can also pull them up. But we have
Okay. I do. Yeah, the office hours are Wednesday, February 15th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., Thursday, February 23rd from 4:30 to 6:30, and Thursday, March 2nd from 4:30 to 6:30. And just to go back to what Lisa was saying about our info sessions, when you come to the info session, we ask that you sign in on the chat, give us your information. And after that session is over, one of 4, are there 4 of us now? It's hard to believe. There used to be only 2. One of 4 project managers will be assigned to call you back, email you and say, thank you for coming to the session. Here's all the information. Is there any way we can help you? So we set up that one-on-one relationship almost immediately after the info session. And we can answer your questions. We can help you if you need referrals, all of that. So you're not going to be left alone unless you just tell us, I got it. Don't bother me. I'll see you at before 11:59 on March 15th.
They're not going to say that. They're going to say, give me more, give me more.
We hope so. That's why we're here. We do this because we love it. Seriously, the department, if you don't love community, you will never work at the Department of Neighborhoods. You have to love community.
And, you know, I had an opportunity to work with Alvin Edwards.
Oh, my goodness.
I was helping out with the vaccination and getting folks to get vaccinated at the Rainier Beach facility. By the way, do you know where that facility moved to? I know they moved to Rainier by the church, but they're gone. Because I work at Rainier Beach High School, and I get phone calls all the time thinking that the people have their appointment is scheduled to come to the high school.
You know, we don't know, but I have Elvin on speed dial. We can find out and get that information back to you. I don't know that I could get it in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, we can don't even worry about that.
We will get that question answered and get an email back to you. Because I don't know. But Alvin is a fantastic resource. He used to be the administrative assistant for the Neighborhood Matching Fund program. So he's well connected into community grants and all of that. He's a great guy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And it's not the fact that we have the same last names or anything, but
well, we have the same birthday. Alvin and I are birthday twins, so I'll claim Alvin.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, well, is there anything else that we need to let the audience know before we move on?
No, I would just say try us out, and I will say this program is new. I think it's just our 2nd year, and we are we are listening. We've made many changes to the program based on feedback that we've gotten from the community. So we are evolving. So check us out if you have suggestions. We can't always promise you we can change the rule in real time, but we definitely listen to the community, and Lisa might want to speak to some of the changes we made to make things easier and more accessible, but we listen.
Yeah,
that's important. That's the whole key right there. Well, time is up. I'd like to thank my listening audience, my special guests, Alin Ruth, Lisa Chen. Go on, girl, get it. It's been great seeing you guys, and I know that we're going to be in touch because I will definitely have you back on in April. Let me know what works for you right now.
Thank
the calendar.
You.
I can plug you right in. And I'd like to say a special thank you to my singing musician, Patrice Isley. She's the music that plays in the background. She's a lady that I met in Vegas last year. Have a great weekend. Be safe and live your life like it's golden.
Thank you, Brenda.
Bye. Take care, you guys.
Makes me wanna groove.